People nouns 1 through 5. I'm going to say the following 5 nouns in English, then Spanish, and clap. And I'd like you guys to repeat them with me, okay? Number 1, the man, el hombre. The man, el hombre. Number 2, the woman, la mujer. The woman, la mujer. Number 3, person, persona. Person, persona. Number 4, the people, la gente. The people, la gente. Number 5, the male student, el estudiante. The male student, el estudiante. And finally, the female student, la estudiante. The female student, la estudiante. Everybody say hombre. Hombre. Hombre's man. Okay, notice it starts with the letter H and ends with the letter E. He is quite a man, or he is the man I was telling you about. Okay? Now, a lot of my students get hombre, man, confused with hambre, which is hunger. Everybody say ham. Ham. If you want to eat ham, you're probably hungry. Or if you want a hamburger, you're probably hungry. Okay? So remember, hombre is man. See the O? Everybody say, oh man. Go. Oh man. And hambre is hungry. And one final notice, the H is silent. You don't say hombre and hambre, you say hombre and hambre. Now, the woman is la mujer. All right? Now, women tend to have much more hair than men. Everybody say much hair. Much hair. Now say mujer. Mujer. So women tend to have much more hair than men. So mujer is woman. Now some of you are thinking, Mr. Holt, why are you stressing the very last vowel? On all the other words, we stressed the next to last vowel. We stressed hombre, persona, gente, estudiante. And yet on mujer, we're stressing the last vowel, which is E. Well, mujer ends in the letter R. It's what I call a lizard word. Everyone say lizard, lizard. Most of the time in Spanish, we stress the next to last vowel, about 90 to 95% of the time. But if a word ends in the letters L, Z, R, or D, the very last vowel gets stressed. If a word ends in L, Z, R, or D, the very last vowel gets stressed. Mujer ends with an R, so the last vowel gets stressed. Okay? Persona is person. No one's ever missed that. It's got 6 of the same letters. Just add an A. He is a good person. She is a good person. Now, people is gente. It's like gents or gentlemen or people. What confuses my students, they're like, Mr. Holt, if people is plural, why doesn't gente end with an E? Well, it's what we call a collective noun. Right now, this isn't going to make much sense. This is a Spanish 3 concept. But everybody say the crowd is large. Go. The crowd is large. Or the crowd is restless. Even though a crowd is made up of lots and lots of people, it's singular. Like Congress. Congress is in session. Or my family. My family is very wealthy, I wish. So la gente is people, it's plural, even though it doesn't end in an S. But again, that's a Spanish 3 concept. Notice, student is estudiante. Spanish speakers have trouble starting a word with a stressed S. Okay, we say stupid, they add an E and say estúpido. We say student, they add an E and say estudiante. We say study, hear the stressed S, they say estudiar. So here's something you can do. In Spanish, whenever you see a word that starts with ES, try this. Cover up the E and you'll probably recognize it. Notice, male student and female student both end in E. There's no such thing as estudianto or estudianta. It's el estudiante and la estudiante. E is the only letter in Spanish that is both male and female. And we'll be talking about that later in the year too. All right, let's do our post quiz. Let me cover up the Spanish here. And I'm going to have you guys look at these 5 people nouns in English and say the Spanish equivalents out loud, or even better, look at these 5 people nouns in English and write the Spanish equivalents down on a piece of paper. This has been People Nouns 1 through 5.